Hello, everybody. How is the Sofa Squad doing? This is the other channel. If you are new here, if you're from my main channel, Reporting Live from My Sofa, this is the podcast channel. And as you can see, we kind of go live spontaneously over here to do things like what we're doing today, reading through the Delphi probable calls. I came home from work. I opened my phone. I saw this. I was like, oh my God. You have to read this. I have to read through this with the Sofa Squad because I know it's going to be awful, honestly. So that's it. That's what we're doing today. So we're going to just wait a minute, let everybody have a chance to come in. If you are used to watching my pre-recorded stuff, then this is totally different. This is a live chat, so I do stop and say hello to everybody and talk and that kind of a thing. I know some people don't like that vibe, so I totally get it. Do not feel bad if you don't want to watch. Okay. And so that's it. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's doing well and prepping for the holidays. I know it's a busy time of year. Let me go over here and mute this over here. And where is that? There we go. Okay, so I muted myself. Did not want to hear that. And hello, everybody. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Mesa. Mesa. I always say your name wrong. I'm sorry. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Observation. Olivia. Hello, Do It for Van Gogh. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Zoya. Hello, Michelle. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Elaine. I hope everybody is doing well. Things are going well over here. Now, you are probably looking at the background and saying, Paul, what's up with the set? I am in the process of moving, and I don't know if I posted it to just members or on the main channel. I can't remember, but I have broken down the set. I'm at the old place right now. So it's like we're in between right now. So there's the sofa. It's going to go over the Saturday. So I wasn't really planning on doing any more recording stuff over here. But here we are, right? So I was like, we have to go live. And where is he? It's just hard to see. There's Roscoe. I am going to get a lighter blanket so y'all can see him. But both Roscoes are behind me. They're holding the fort down. So that's Megan the mom. You messaged me on Instagram. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm really bad about Instagram. I'll check it out. Don't look at it. I appreciate you reaching out to me on there. And Lynette, my hands were literally shaking as I was printing out this PDF. So Lynette, same here, girl. And let me tell you what, I just quickly pulled up an article. Like literally, I just did this a few minutes ago. I just sat down on the sofa, ate some dinner, and pulled this up, and I was like, "What?" And I just read. You know how like news articles will give you a couple of highlights? I read the first couple of ones, and I was like, "Oh my God." Goosebumps all over. And so I just stopped. So this is going to be like a blind reaction for me, if you will, because I already knew from the couple of little things in the news article, I was like, this is going to be bone chilling. Pardon me. And so Megan, honestly, if you just email me at reportinglive@mysofa@gmail, I'm on that one. And pardon me, I'm going to get better about Instagram. Because that's, I would say here is the one I do the most. And they just did a thing where you can do like at Reporting Live from My Sofa. That might be a good one to do because this is the platform that I'm on the most. But I know it like gets lost in the comments. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to see because you know what I mean? Like the way the comment section works on here. But I'm gonna get better, I swear. I promise. And about posting on Instagram and stuff like that too. So there's that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me switch over there now. So we're gonna start reading this. And let me just get this pulled up and then I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can go through it with me. But I gotta find the article first. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Let's get rid of the ads. You already know they're gonna inundate it. This is from Indie Star. Okay, where is it? Where did it go? Wait, I don't understand why I just did that. I just had it. What was it? Where's the damn document? I just had it. Please hold. We're having some. Please hold. We don't need all that. We don't need all that. We need the document we just had. Let me pull it up somewhere else. Delphi. It went bye-bye at the thing I just did. Right, so I'm going to click that again, and then there's that. I think I clicked. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to click that other thing I just clicked, right? I'm going to go over to StreamYard, and then I am going to come back over here, and then I'm going to share the screen. And how do I do this? How do I do it? Where do I press share? This is so bad. Where is share the screen? Not present. There we go. Sorry. You can tell I don't do this too often, so I apologize. Okay, that's it. Okay, so share. Now let me come back to y'all and make sure that you can see the thing that I'm seeing. There we go. Mind the ads. I apologize. Okay, so here we go. So this is, if you're not familiar with this is the Delphi case. This is Abby and Libby. Drop hearts, Sofa show love. These two young ladies lost their lives all too soon at the hands of a monster years later, which this is so rare that this happens, so it's a godsend. Someone has been arrested, Richard Allen. Of course, he has not faced a jury yet, so this is all alleged. They did release the probable cause. And so, I mean, just a little bit that I read. Again, this is just me, my opinion. I am a nobody. I was like, ugh. He's right where he belongs right now, okay? So there's that. Here we go. So I'm just going to read through, and obviously I might stop and make some commentary, but here we go. And we're just going to get to the main chunk of it right here. Okay, so we're going to start with the stuff in cursive, or, fancy italics. Okay, that on February 14th, 2017, victim 1 and victim 2 were found deceased in the woods approximately 0.2 miles northeast of the Monon High Bridge in Carroll County. Their bodies were located on the north side of Deer Creek. At the time, the Monon High Bridge Trail was an approximately 1 mile gravel trail terminating at the Moon High Bridge. The Moon High Bridge, in an abandoned railroad trestle, is an abandoned railroad trestle approximately 0.25 miles long, spanning the Deer Creek and Deer Creek Valley on the southeast end of the trail. Approximately 0.7 miles northwest on the trail from the northwestern edge of the Monon High Bridge is the Freedom Bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge spanning State Road 25. Approximately 350 feet west of Freedom Bridge was a former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25, also known as County Road 300 North. The trail termination just west of the former railroad overpass. The majority of the trail is in a wooded area with a steep embankment on the south side of the trail. The entirety of the trail and the location of the girls' bodies were and are located in Carroll County, Indiana. Through interviews, reviews of electronic records, and review of video at the Hoosier Harveston, I can't see that really well, investigators believe victim 1 and 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th, 2017 by, and it's admitted, the Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300 North near an entrance to the trails. A video from victim 2's phone shows that at 2:13 p.m., victim 1 and 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. The male ordered the girls down the hill. No witnesses saw them there after this time. No ongoing communications were found on victim 2's phone after this time. The bodies were discovered on February 14th, 2017. The video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim 1 walking southeast on the Monon High Bridge, while a male subject wearing a dark jacket and jeans walks behind her. As a male subject approaches victim 1 and 2, one of the victims mentions gun. Near the end of the video, a male is seen and heard telling the girls down the hill. I mean, my gosh. I mean, that just gives me chills, y'all. Okay. The girls then begin to proceed down the hill and the video ends. Oh my God. A still photograph taken from the video and the guys down the hill audio was subsequently released to the public to assist investigators in identifying the male. Victim 1 and 2's deaths were ruled as homicides. Clothes were found in the Deer Creek belonging to victim 1 and 2, south of where their bodies were located. There was also a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet from victim 2's body. Between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies, the round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. Interviews were conducted with three juveniles, blank and blank. They advised they were on the Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. They advised they were walking on the trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male walking from Freedom Bridge toward the Monon High Bridge. Blank described the male as kind of creepy and advised he was wearing like blue jeans, a like really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and he did not really show his face. She advised the jacket was a duck canvas type jacket. Blank advised she said hi to the male, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being in all black and something covering his mouth. She described him as not very tall with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". Blank advised he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She stated he had his hands in his pockets. Blank showed investigators photographs she took on her phone while she was on the trail that day. The photographs included a photo of the Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another one taken at 1:26 p.m. of the bench east of the Freedom Bridge. Blank advised after she took the photo of the bench, they started walking back toward Freedom Bridge. She advised that was when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim two's video. Blank described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar, and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath his jacket. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulders. She advised, said hi. Blank said hi to the man and that he said nothing back. She stated he was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. She stated he had his hands in his pockets and kept his head down. She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. The girls advised after encountering the male, they continued their walk across Freedom Bridge and the old railroad bridge over Old State Road 25. Investigators spoke with Blank, who advised she was on the trails on February 13th, 2017. Video from the Hoosier Harveston captured Blank vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. toward the entrance across from the Mears farm. Blank advised she saw four juvenile females walking on the bridge over Old State Old State Road 25 as she was driving underneath her way to the park. Blank advised there was no other cars across from the Mears farm when she parked. She advised she walked to the Moon High Bridge and observed a male matching the one from victim two's video. I lost my place. Here we go. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jean jacket. She advised he was standing on the first platform of Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. She advised she turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and parking area across from Monon Farm, she passed two girls walking toward Monon High Bridge. She advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and 2. Video from the Hoosier Harvest store shows at 1:49 p.m. a white car matching Blank vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears farm. Blank advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen on the Hoosier Harveston video at 2:14 p.m., leaving westbound from the trails. Blank advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle is parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Service building. She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd because of the manner it was parked, backed in near the building. Investigators received a tip from Blank in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. on February 13th, 2017. He observed a purple PT Cruiser, a smaller SUV-type vehicle, parked on the south side of the old CPS building. He stated it appeared as though it was backed in as to conceal the license plate of the vehicle. Blank both drew diagrams of where they saw the vehicle parked, and their diagrams generally matched as to the area the vehicle was parked and the manner in which it was parked. Blank advised he remembered seeing a smaller dark-colored car parked at the old CPS building. He described it as possibly being a smart car. Blank vehicle is seen leaving at 2:28 p.m. on the Hoosier Harveston video. Again, I'm just going to come over here real quick and just make sure everything's cool over here. Is everyone doing okay in the room? I just want to make sure everyone's okay. How is everybody doing? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so hey, Emily, everyone, welcome, Emily. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm going to go back to reading because this is very interesting. I have several comments I'm going to make, but we're going to wait till we get to the end. Very quickly, I just want to say I have always envisioned this as being like he happened upon them and that it was no one else out there. So seeing all of these eyewitnesses that saw Abby and Libby, first of all, it breaks my heart. Secondly, they see this guy, they're out there. How ballsy of him. How much more confident was this hearing that, he's running into all these people, yet he still does this, right? Okay, so here we go. Investigators spoke with Blank, who stated that she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13th, 2022, and observed a male subject walking west on the north side of 300 North away from the Monon High Bridge. Blank advised that the male subject was wearing a blue-collar jacket and blue jeans and was muddy and bloody. I mean, y'all, this is insane. She further stated that it appeared he had gotten into a fight. Investigators were able to determine from watching the video from the Hoosier Harvestor that Blank was traveling on CR 300 North at approximately 3:57 p.m. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from the Hoosier Harvestor, investigators determined that there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13 p.m. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male subject referenced above, witnessed by the juvenile girls Blank and Blank. Further, none of those individuals witnessed victim 1 and 2. Investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer who interviewed Richard M. Allen in 2017. Oh, this is going to be interesting. The narrative stated, let me just scroll down. M. Allen was on the trail between 13:30 and 15:30. He parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the new Freedom building. The new Freedom Bridge. While at the Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noted one was taller and had brown or black hair. He did not remember description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody, although he stated he was watching a stock ticker on his phone as he walked. He stated there were vehicles parked at the High Bridge trailhead, however, did not pay attention to them. He did not take any photos or video. His cell phone did not list on an IMEI, but did have the following, and it's some numbers here. Potential follow-up information: who were the 3 girls walking in the area of Freedom Bridge? Investigators believe Mr. Allen was referring to the former Child Protective Services building as there was not a Farm Bureau building in the area, and nor had there been. Investigators believe the females he saw included Blank and Blank due to the time they were leaving the trail, the time he reported getting to the trail, and the descriptions of the 3 females. Investigators discovered Richard Allen owned 2 vehicles in 2017, a 2016 black Ford Focus and a 2006 gray Ford 300. Investigators observed a vehicle that resembled Allen's 2016 Ford Focus on the Hoosier Harvestor video at 1:27 p.m. traveling westbound on CR 300 North in front of the Hoosier Harvestor, which coincided with his statement that he arrived around 1:30 at the trails. Investigators noted witnesses described the vehicle parked at the former Child Protective Service buildings as a PT Cruiser, small SUV, or smart car. Investigators believe those descriptions are similar in nature to a 2016 Ford Focus. Also, so interesting, cars backed into this building. It's not odd, but it's noted that it's odd that it's backed in to hide a license plate. It really makes me wonder how many potential victims this person has under their belt. Okay, please hold. Okay. On October 13th, 2022, Richard Allen. So here we are, now. Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He advised he was on the trails February 13th, 2017. He stated he saw the juvenile girls on the trails east of Freedom Bridge and that he went onto the bridge. Richard Allen further stated he went onto the Monon High Bridge to watch the fish. Later in his statement, he said he walked out to the first platform of the bridge. He stated he then walked back, sat on a bench on the trail, and then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of the old building. He told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head covering as well. He further claimed he saw no one else except for the juvenile girls he saw east of the Freedom Bridge. He told investigators that he owns firearms and they are at his home. Richard Allen's wife, Kathy Allen, also spoke to investigators. She confirmed that Richard did have guns and knives at the residence. She also stated that Richard still owns a blue Carhartt jacket. Okay, so remember all this talk we had about, like, that was such a specific look that person had and all that kind of stuff here. So here's the talk of, yeah, he still owns it. Okay. I mean, that's just shocking to me. Not really shocking, but I mean, it's shocking. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so October 13th, 2022, investigators executed a search warrant of his residence at 1967 North Whiteman Drive, Delphi, Carroll County, Indiana. Among other items, okay, here we go. Officers located jackets, let me scroll down, boots and firearms, including a Sig Sauer Model P226, a 40 caliber pistol with serial number U625627. Between October 14, 2022 and October 19, 2022, Indiana State Police Laboratory performed an analysis of, Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. The laboratory performed a physical examination and classification of the firearm, function test, barrel and overall length measurement, test firing, ammunition, component characterization, microscopic comparison, and NIBIN. The laboratory determined the unspent round located within 2 feet of victim two's body had been cycled through Richard Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. Whoa. I mean, there you go. Okay, so the laboratory remarked, an identification opinion is reached when the evidence exhibits an agreement of class characteristics and a sufficient agreement of individual marks. Sufficient agreement is related to the significant duplication of random striated impressed marks as evidenced by the correspondence of a pattern of combination of patterns of surface contours. The interpretation of identification is subjective in nature and based on relevant scientific research and the reporting examiner's training and experience. Investigators then ran the firearm and found that the firearm was purchased by Richard Allen in 2001. He voluntarily came to the Indiana State Police Post on the 26th of October. He spoke with investigators and stated that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow that gun. When asked about the unspent bullet, he did not have an explanation of why the bullet was found between the bodies of 1 and 2. He again admitted that he was on the trail, but denied knowing victims 1 and 2 and denied any involvement in their murders. So right there, nope, nobody. I never borrowed the guns, never do all that. You can almost hear how the police walked him into this, right? I'm not saying walked him into it like in a negative way, but like extracted the information from him to get him to come clean in a sense. Doesn't loan this out to anybody, doesn't do any of this. They have this information. Well, then tell us, why is this bullet, who you don't loan your guns out to, why is a bullet that came from it between these two victims? And he didn't have an answer. Because what can you say? There's nothing you can say to that. There's nothing. That speaks for itself. God, those poor little girls. I mean, my God, bless their hearts. Okay. Carroll County Sheriff's Department Detective Blank has been part of the investigation since it started in 2017. He has an opportunity to review and examine evidence gathered in this investigation. Detective Blank, along with other investigators, believe the evidence gathered shows that Richard Allen is the male subject seen on the video from victim two's phone, who forced the victims down the hill. Further, that the victims were forced down the hill by Richard Allen and led to the locations where they were murdered. Through the statements and photographs of the juvenile females and the statement of blank and blank were at the southeast edge of the trail at 12:43 p.m. east of Freedom Bridge at 1:26 p.m. and walked across the former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25 after 1:26 p.m. and before 1:46 p.m. They walked the entirety of the trail and observed only one person, an adult male. Blank vehicle is seen on Hoosier Harvest Store video at 1:46 p.m. and leaving at 2:14 p.m. And she stated she only saw one adult male, blank, and blank described the male in similar manners, wearing similar clothing, leading investigators to believe all four saw the same male individual. Individuals believe the male observed by blank and blank is the same male depicted in the video from victim two's phone due to the description of the male by the four females matching the male in the video. Furthermore, victim two's video was taken at 2:13, and blank saw only one male while she was on the trail from approximately 1:46 to 2:14 p.m. I mean, yeah. Investigators believe Richard Allen was the male seen by blank and the male seen in victim two's video. Richard Allen told investigators he was on the trail between 1:30 and 3:30 and that day. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows a vehicle that matches the description of his vehicle parked at 1:27 toward the former CPS building. The clothing he told investigators he was wearing matched the clothing of the male in victim two's video and the clothing descriptions provided by blank and blank. A vehicle matching the description of his 2016 Ford Focus is seen at or around 2:10 and 2:14 p.m. and 2:28 p.m. at the former CPS building. Through his own admissions, Richard Allen walked the trails and eventually hiked to the Monon High Bridge and walked out onto the Monon High Bridge. Please hold 1 second while I wet my whistle. A male subject matching Richard Allen's description was not seen on the trail after 2:13 p.m. Investigators identified other individuals on the trails or CR 300 North between 2:30 and 4:11 p.m. None of those individuals saw a male matching the description of Richard Allen on the trail. Furthermore, Richard Allen stated that he only saw 3 girls on the trail who investigators believed to be blank. Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 because he was in the woods with victims 1 and 2. An unspent .40 caliber round between the bodies of victim 1 and 2 was forensically determined to have been cycled through Richard Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. The Sig Sauer Model P226 was found at Richard Allen's residence, and he admitted to owning it. Investigators were able to determine that he had owned it since 2001. He stated he had not been on the property where the unspent round was found, that he did not know the property owner, and that he had no explanation as to why a round cycled through his firearm would be at that location. Furthermore, he stated that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the Sig Sauer Model P226. Investigators believe that after the victims were murdered, Richard Allen returned to his vehicle by walking down CR 300 North. Investigators believe he was seen by blank walking back to his vehicle with clothes that were muddy and bloody. Blank, along with investigators, believe the statements made by the witnesses because the statements corroborate the timeline of the death of the 2 victims as well as coincide with the admissions made by Richard Allen. Furthermore, the accounts relayed by blank and blank are similar in nature, and the timestamps and photographs taken by blank correspond to the times the juvenile females said they were on the trail and saw the male individual. The court will enter the following minutes, and so that's that there. So I'm going to come back over here. I am going to say stop sharing. And then I'm going to come back over here real quick, and we are going to talk about that. Wow. Whoa. Major. Hello, everybody. So thank you for bearing through that. So, I mean, wow. Okay, first comment I see Danielle Ward, and I hope you're doing well. Why would he keep the gun? I know. I agree. Hey, Veronica, how's it going? And hello again, Emily. Good night, Elaine. Yeah, so maybe somebody stole a bullet. Here's the thing that's very surprising to me about this. And again, this is, just me thinking out loud to all this. So, number one, he still has his clothing. The wife is like, yeah, he still has that. And then the whole thing of it is, and again, like I said earlier, um, to me, I was like, I just always envision because when you see these pictures and stuff like that of the bridge and all that, um, I just always got this vision that it was like the girls were there. There's really no one else around at all. And so it's like this whole kind of almost desolate thing. Like they have the woods to themselves, meaning Abby, Libby, and allegedly this Richard dude, him being the bridge guy, right? So to hear all these eyewitnesses and then two people saying they saw a dude wearing the same clothes covered in mud and blood that looked like he got in a fight leaving the scene of the crime basically. Now the other thing that's heartbreaking is to also know that these people saw, they had no idea that what was going on near them, right, that this horrible thing was going on. And Marianne says, how was he not a suspect in 2017? Amen, girl. I mean, for real. And Mace, I agree with the whole thing, especially with all that. Yeah, he still has that. I don't see how that happened. I do not get that part. Maybe there could be some denial thing, but also for me, and again, this is all my just commentary speculation. I do not have, this is not fact here. Seeing how confident, so now reading this and being like, oh wow, okay, so this person was seen by multiple people, he was coming and going, he backed his car in. It makes me feel like he probably, and I'm going to use the word hunted this area before. Are there other victims? Are there, can they start tracing this? It just seems weird that this would be the only thing that happened. Now, maybe since then it was like, oh, I got away with this and this blew up. Let me reel this in type situation. Um, but he seemed very careful, and it just seems like it was a hunting ground. Um, and so, to me, that's what it seems like the vibe was there. It also just goes into the further of her saying the word gun. Mm. It seems very strange. The whole thing seems very strange to me. I always envision this for whatever reason, as whoever this person was, it was almost like a crime of opportunity, if that makes sense. And it could have been, right? I mean, I don't know. But it doesn't seem like that anymore to me. It seems more like this is something that someone's been doing, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm glad they released this because at least it gives us another a glimpse into, okay, what's the evidence? You know what I mean? Like what are we looking at here? There's all these eyewitnesses that are IDing him. We have the whole thing of, okay, his bullet is matching this. He can't come up with a reason why it's there. So, okay, and Mickey, and hello, Mickey. I hope you're doing well. Mickey says about it's related to the 300. They're two girls 300 miles away, hunting trips near trails. Right? Yes, I mean, I agree. Oh, hey, Max. Thank you for the super chat. Max says, what are the grounds for this live stream? We still haven't addressed the subject matter jurisdiction. I have not addressed the subject. We need to, that's what we're going to, I need to first of all figure out what subject matter jurisdiction actually means and start addressing that at the beginning of every video or live chat that I do to just get that out of the way, right? Thank you, Mac. I really appreciate that. For those who have been watching my stuff, so side note here, for those who watch my Daryl Borg stuff, I am in the process of editing the video of his interrogation. It's going to be like an hour and a half, so it's going to take me a minute. And then I'm going to do the little updates. I'm gonna do a video of like his rap video, his recent court appearances, and then I think we'll be all caught up on Daryl, right? I had been looking into the Idaho case as well as Shaquille Robinson, and so those were coming down the pipeline too. I don't know if I'll end up doing a live chat on them. We'll have to see. So there's that. Now I'm just going to read a couple of comments here. It sure gave my son an excuse to remove his daughter's social media off her cell phone. Yeah, I mean, 100%. 100%. And I just saw this other case that was similar in nature to this of someone. Well, y'all saw the dude. I don't know if y'all heard about this. The cop who catfished that girl and drove from like Virginia to California and killed her family. I mean, this is a cop. Okay. And I mean, it made me think of this. It made me think of Abby and Libby, and I was just like, my God. Let's see. Well, they already arrested someone in the Shaquilla case too. Oh, did I saw they had the warrant out, but have they actually arrested them? That case is crazy, and I can't bring myself to watch the video of them beating her down. I mean, I've seen a little clip of it, but it just rips my heart out. So yes, this is a major pull through, and with Abby and Libby and getting closer to the truth and find out what went down. There's that. So, pardon me. I know, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run now. I just wanted to read through that with y'all, talk about it for a minute, see what was going on. I'm gonna run so I can keep editing my other video because then I have to go to bed and get up and go get the car fixed and then go to work tomorrow. What am I doing? Watch the video. Thank you to Emily. Let's give shout outs to Emily for holding it down in here. And I appreciate you very much. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for sitting here and reading through this with me. We'll be, following more along this case and drop hearts for Abby and Libby. Bless their hearts. They were stolen too soon. And it's just terrible. It just breaks my heart. So that's it. Thank you everybody for joining. And until next time, I shall see you then. Hasta la vista. I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Thank you.